Okay, good afternoon again. Once again, everybody. Welcome to our lesson 4 discussion. The lesson 4 title is argumentation, and this is the continuation sa ato module 3, no, the principal types and techniques of written discourse. Now, I know that the lessons 1, 2, and 3 are now introduced sa inyo, ha? But it's not enough because to be able for us to really be an expert sa writing or effective sa writing, dapat ma-apply nato daw sa tanan purposes. Narration, description, exposition. Lesson 4 is argumentation, tapos lesson 5 finally is persuasion. But the focus of today's lesson is argumentation. So the title itself claims arguing, but arguing in a rational way, bale, in an educated way, where you prove your claim through your pieces of evidence. Kibali, jay dapat imo claim, tapos jay dapat imo ebidensya sa imo claim. We will fully understand what is argumentation in writing when we describe it first. Ato anay dyan siya ila-ilahon, si argumentation. When we say argumentation, it is a mode of discourse focused on persuading readers, okay? Pag-convince sa readers through logical reasoning and credible evidence. This is why it's called argumentation, because you are having a claim tapos di dapat imo credible, kapani-paniwala. It moves beyond mere opinion, John. It moves beyond mere opinion by demanding that each claim, ang tag-claim ng writer, for example, in our subject, the English composition writing, the focus here is ang pagsulat yun. Okay? Ang pag-write yun sa imong claims, sa imong thoughts, feelings, and ideas. This is the writer's main assertion. Tagtuuhan, imong tagsuyat. This is what you call your claim sa writing. Dapat daw, that claim be supported by solid premises and properly linked through warrants or dili kong John arrest warrant. Ang warrant sa writing or sa argumentation is explanations of why the evidence justifies the claim. Nganong ang ebidensya credible man siya, and why does it really justify your claim, your idea, your concept, whatever it is that you're presenting or you are writing. So to argue means not just to shout, okay? Not just to be angry at someone, but to argue rationally means to use our claim na tinuod na siya by proving its evidence. Kibali, mag-claim ka na, for example ha, dyan example na to, key components of an argument. So when you write something, you must have, or you are claiming something, you must have a claim. This is the central assertion you want your audience to accept. Bisan unsa pa na imong gusto isulti, gusto na nimo ipaabot sa imong audience. That's what you want to convey to your audience. That's your claim. For example, ini, school uniforms improve student focus. That's your topic sentence. For example, amo dyan imo introductory part sa imo sinuyat. This is a claim. Okay? School uniforms improve student focus. This is coming from your own idea. Without any evidence, this proves nothing. Okay? So dapat rational kita nga pagka-individual by showing evidence. Facts, statistics. Mao ni ang nagsunod number 2. After sa claim, bisan unsa pa man na imo i-claim, school uniforms improve student focus, or AI improves student productivity. Bisan unsa nga claim imong isulti or imong isulat, in our case, dapat it should be backed up by strong evidence. Unsa may makapa-strengthen sa ato ebidensya. Facts, of course, verifiable, generally accepted. Statistics, dapat di ato numbers. We believe in the power of numbers. Expert testimony, dili kong personal testimony. Expert testimony, or the claims or the factual testimony coming from experts. Gitawag nato na siyang expert opinion. or examples that bolster your claim sa imo siya. Okay, John. For example, survey data showing reduced disciplinary referrals. That's one of the many examples. So evidence really strengthens our claim because without it, then our claim, our writing overall will be nonsensical. O wala gyud na siya sense, wala gyud na siya credibility. And warrant is the logical bridge. Amo ni magtulay sa imo evidence sa claim. Nganong ibali explanation ini siya sa imo evidence. Why this evidence is worth considering. For example, nganong kailangan man siya i-consider, kailangan man siya dapat tuuhan. This is your warrant. This is the logical bridge connecting si evidence na makapahimo na tinuod ang ano pa ini? Dili ma-falsify imo claim. Okay? This is the warrant. So, number 4 is counter argument. Pag dyan mo tag propose na claim, dyan school uniforms improve student focus, pag dyan counter argument, for example, ni oppose sa imo idea, no? The recognition of opposing views, that's basically the definition of counter argument. Kung dyan dili mo uh, go sa imo opinion or sa imo claim. So, ibali, ni oppose the critics, no? Na jaon sa ideas ng ibang tao because, again, we do not think similarly. Lain-lain kita ng mga views and perspectives and opinions. So, iban mo to, dili mo to na school uniforms improve student focus because it has nothing to do with what we wear, what we have inside our brains. Ibali, amo dyan ang iba na critics na ni-argue that uniforms stifle individuality. Depende daw na sa expression ng individuals, no? Dili daw maka-apekto sa focus ang ato uniform. So, basic ang pagka-counter-argue dinhi nga claim because it's the opposing view of what you are claiming. Counter-argument diyon tawag. That's the idea. Pag jaoy mo pangulong ka na AI improves student focus, for example, tapos mo lang na classmate ni mo na, no, AI does not help a student or many students because it helps us how to be lazy. Dili na tamo trabaho. So, that's counter-argument kay ni kontra man siya sa imong claim. Okay? Ni kontra man siya sa imong claim. And the words there, excuse me, the exact words na ginagamit sa pag-counter-argue is what we call rebuttal. Mauna ni ang response. Pag-rebut kibali. So, this is the response to counter-argument showing why it does not undermine your claim. Pagbayo sa sabkibali nimo, that's your rebuttal. Claim number 1, improve student focus. Di nila ang nadili, di dyan maka-improve. Number 3 na claim nimo is your rebuttal sa counter argument. Hopefully na gets ang flow. Okay, again, dyan mo claim, dyan o ni oppose, tapos ikatuyo, dyan sabi mo answer or rebuttal sa imo or sa nag-counter argue sa imo claim. This is why it showed it is shown in the example na uniform policies can coexist with personal expression through accessories. So personal expression does not have to be absolute. Like, baka na kag maghubo, no? Kung mag-personal na yatay concept or claim na about personal expression. It can be shown through accessories. So that's your, for example lang niya, that's your rebuttal sa counter argument. Now, these are the key components of an argument. Kibali, ining lima ka buok, maugyod ni ang nag-encompass sa word na argument or argumentation. Kung wala ning lima ka buok, again, it's impossible for an argument to be called an argument without one. So, the next one is what we call rhetorical appeals. Okay? Rhetorical appeals Grabe yun ka-importante ninyo mahibawan. Okay? The ethos, the pathos. Okay? Para dili ini siya misunderstood, ato ini i-contextual. I'll give you example after defining each one of them. Okay? Pag tapos nato pag-define, hopefully masabtan a little bit of understanding there. Tapos ato dajon hatagan ng example. Practical examples kay para uh, masabtan ka dyan. Okay? Because that's our goal here to internalize the concepts. Now, when we talk about rhetorical appeal, this also involves credibility, logic, and then emotion. Okay? Aristotle said, a very famous philosopher, that whenever we speak, whenever we write, whenever we express our claims, jaon dapat daw ining tuyo ka buok. Nganong naaman gyud dapat ng tulo ka buok, sir? Kay para convincing, believable, tanan, para strong ang imong claims. Or at least ma-entice ang audience. Okay, kaya para okay gyud ang imong sinulti. Or sa ato kaso, English composition writing man ta, sinulat, no? When we write something down, dapat kunin tuyo. Especially when we are arguing our claims. So number one is ethos. This talks about credibility. Kung credible ka, you deserve to talk about something when you know about something. When you know a thing about what you are saying, that means you're credible. Kapani-paniwala ka when you yourself is the authority or at least the character that you are playing is nonsensical sa compared nato sa ibang speakers na wala gyud kay experience. In education, we call this, or there's a perfect saying for this na, you cannot teach what you do not have. Dili ka jud nimo mahatag kung ang isa ka butang kung waya sa imo in the first place. If you don't cultivate what something inside of you, then it's impossible. It's an impossible task to give something what you do not possess. This is establishing the writer's authority or character, citing reputable sources or demonstrating expertise. Basically, kung wala kay kaybawanan sa imong topic, ayaw na lang pagsulti, ayaw na lang pagsulat. Kung wala kay expertise sa imong topic, then ma-undermine yun ang imong topic. Or ma-compromise yun ang imuhang claims. Credibility means that you know the things that you are saying. Okay? Say for example nga na ay event sa NEMCO. Example lang ha. Event sa NEMCO. Guest speaker. For example, sa ijo, CIT, ano ini? CIT days ba daw? I don't know. Tapos guest speaker, oh, days ba daw or week? Basta, daw. Guest speaker ni na tag-invite. Tapos, si host nag-introduce na kang speaker na graduate from Ateneo de Manila University, majored in English, tapos nagmasteral ga jud, tapos nagdoctorate pa ga jud, tapos majored in English language gihapon. And then, he wanted or she wanted to talk about something inspirational sa iyang speech. Sa iyang speech. And then, sa kadagan background, almost 2 minutes nag-introduce si host about sa iyang mga backgrounds. Pagsulti na pagsulti, that person who seems to be a very professional person, di man makapronounce pagtarong. Oh? So, in that moment, that very particular moment, class, that person has lost his or her credibility. Wala na siya credibility kahatag sa audience. Okay? So, this is the importance of credibility. Why, in the first place, are we learning this? Because practically speaking, if you are a very dishonest person, you cannot talk about honesty. Oh, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Kaya nga naman, may imutag possess nga characteristic about that topic. if you are talking about morality, pero ikaw as a person, you are a very immoral person, wala kay credibility wala kay to talk about your topic. If ikaw, Sam, you're talking about leadership, but you yourself cannot lead, then wala kay credibility. Simple lang. Ethos means your knowledge about what you are saying. Okay? Why would you listen to someone? Walo sa iyang gisulti. Why would we believe someone who hasn't been experiencing a thing about sa iyang gipong sulti? Oh, it's like listening to a musician na wala experience sa music. Wala point. It's like listening to a coach ng bisan unsa nga sport. Then wala. Okay? This one is really important as an appeal to talk about our claim. This is credibility. Okay? So, pag jaoy, isa ka tao who seem to have an expertise about something, tapos naghisgot siya, for example, about business. No, diyan mga networking ko man. Why would you believe sa isa ka tao nga wala pa na-prove sa iyong openingon mismo? No? So if we use very basic logic and consideration, mahibaw-an nato sa kaimportante si credibility. Okay? Next one is logic. Isab gipanulti about diyan lagi jo credibility, no? Pero walay logic. Kung may logic day, sir. This one is using facts, statistics, definitions, and reasoning to build a rational case. Kibali ebidensya ini si Jack. Okay? This one is the evidence proving that your claim is true, just like what I said earlier. Using facts, statistics, mas husgan ang imo claim pag joy statistical evidence. So when you are claiming something, joy dapat imo husgan na ebidensya. This is using facts. You should not shout for your audience to believe you. Oh, dili kung adya ko nagbalik-balik sa imo istorya but you don't have any proof to build a rational conversation. Next one is pathos. May ini-common ko man. Timely example for this are the politicians. Diyan gadud iniila pathos, di mawaya iniila pag hilak-hilak, pag mangampanya, dili mawaya iniila emotion. No, para makakonect kuno sila sa readers or sa listeners or sa receivers ng ila message. Diyan ila values, hopes, or fears as if they are empathizing. No, I don't know if empathy ba na or hypocrisy. I don't know. I cannot anymore distinguish. Often through vivid language or poignant anecdotes. Storytelling, MMK da dyan, no? Diyan, makita nato ang emotion sa tao kuno sa una, pobre man kami. Tapos, nahinumduman sa nako na nakapanood-an sab kami ng asin. Tapos Milo, konektado na kay ako as politician, for example, istorya ko sa ako mga butante na mahihirap. Yan po ang plataforma natin ngayon. Oh, tumulong sa mahihirap. Plataforma. So, we are connected in the sense that I am somehow sharing my experiences. No? I am leveling down to their experiences by making sure nga connected me. 'Di ba? That's pathos. Pag mag-share ka emotion because it's very dull. It's usually logic. If it's usually logical, then boring sab siya pamation kung way ining emotion na ato isagol. So this is connecting with readers' values, hopes, or fears, often through vivid language. Again, si ethos, credibility, ang imo credibilidad nakasalalay sa expertise about sa topic na imo or about sa topic na imo tagsuyat or tagsulti. Logos are the logical points of your claim. Dapat ang imo claim jaoy um, useful information or believable information, just like statistics. definitions, and reasoning to build a rational case, pathos, or your emotion. These are the three rhetorical appeals na dili dapat mawala when we are arguing about something, when we are proving an information worth considering. Okay? Again, di dapat kalimtan si ethos, logos, and pathos. Okay? Now, we move forward now sa types of reasoning. And I'm sure that you have now a background or at least familiarity with this kay natakal na nato ni sa module 2 ining inductive sa ng deductive reasoning. Again, pag deductive, gikan sa general to specific. Okay? Pag inductive, gikan sa specific to general. I don't have to I choose not to overdwell to this to these types of reasoning. Organizing your argument in isab jaon dapat intro master na nato by our body supported by our claims, that's our body paragraph. Conclusion, of course, is reinforcing our claim, restating our claim. Whatever we said sa intro and sa body, we are making sure nga mao gyud ni atong stand. That's how we are organize our argument. Okay, I guess that the lesson 4 here is done. So let's move forward sa ato lesson 5. Okay, give me a minute here to prepare the lesson 5. The last lesson na ini siya sa ato module 3. And then we are done na yun. Dali ha. Okay, wait for a while. Wait sa ha. Okay, dyan na. Wait. Wait sa ha. Kadali lang yun. Okay, na. Okay, number 5. Lesson number 5. The last very in a very interesting topic because we will learn here how to get the interest of our readers. Again, our goal since module 1, since prelim, is not to be a perfect writer. I know that you will never be like a perfect writer or dili na magpaka Shakespeare, dili na magpaka Einstein. Basta kayong ato goal is ma-effective writers na lamang kamo. That's our goal. Ma-express ang ato opinions, thoughts, and ideas effectively. Okay? So lesson 5 is persuasion. This is persuading. This is enticing the audience into your making them believe that your information is worth considering. So, ang ato focus diretso na to sa ato discussion. The persuasion also possesses the classical appeals akong ipang mention sa inyo kaganina. Okay, dili dapat mawaya dyan sa argumentation sa lesson 4 and then sa ato sa lesson 5 sa persuasion. Ayaw yun ni sila tulo kalimti. Okay, because when someone is writing or delivering a speech, pag isa gani sa ila waya, for example, ethos waya, dili na dadyon dyan angay pamatian. Dili na siya worthy of your time. Because what's the point? Kung wala kay credibility. It's like I'm listening to a very stupid person talking about, for example, teaching you how to play a guitar. Si Jabajat, ikay mo play ng guitar. So, wala yapon point. Logos, pinaka-importante sa John Session. Okay? Again, these rhetorical appeals can now be applied to lure your audience. Okay? Beyond these appeals, rhetorical devices sharpen persuasion. Makapahait ko nini siya sa ato persuasion or pag pag involve nato sa ato information sa ilang experiences. That's the basic way of how we entice our audience. Number 1, repetition. Pagbalik-balik bitaw ng ideas, pero dili ang words ang ibalik-balik. In your speech, this is very common. Now, in your speech or in your writing, use repetition as a technique to improve our persuasive skill. For example, freedom is precious. freedom is worth fighting for. Balik-balik si word na freedom, you are talking about this specific concept. Kaya para mahibawaan nila na what you are emphasizing is freedom itself. That's repetition. This is very common sa speech ni Martin Luther King Jr. No, na atong about freedom gihapon. So, next is rhetorical questions. Joon, i-question mo. You let your audience think by answering your question or pondering to the proposed questions. Now, the rhetorical, the reader, for example, mag-propose ka diha ng, who among us doesn't want a brighter future? For example, that's your question. Or if your topic is all about learning how to play a guitar, no? Tapos ikaw guitar enthusiast gajud ka about sorry, and excited gajud ka about when you hear something about music, no? Tapos mo ask ka ng question, doesn't want to play a guitar. Diba? In that way, instead of saying plainly a statement nga nag-end sa period, makatabang ka pag ano ba ini? Jay, isa ka term pag persuade bitaw sa mga audience na imo gusto mapabilieve sa. So, you ask questions, rhetorical question nga, mapa-involve sila by questioning themselves. Bitaw, no? Why am I reflecting about this one? Third is analogy and metaphor. Katabang dyan sila ano ini? Clarify sa unfamiliar concepts. So, kuya sila kasabot about negotiation, then you will say, for example, negotiating peace is like tending a garden. It requires patience and care. Bali, you relate your experience or you relate your claim sa isa na sabka-aspeto sa kinabuhi wherein makarelate kita. Okay? For example, if you don't understand the negotiation part, then an example would be the claims na nasa imong kwarto, for example. Let's have an aspect of your room. No, jay ato length, jay ato width, sanan jay ato height. So, those are the areas nga dili makalimtan to make a room or room itself. That is an analogy of what we are calling negotiation. All of the features nga nasa negotiating na ato sila dito sa imong room. If you look for the placement of these ideas. So analogy is relating or metaphor, direct comparison sa ato isa ka aspect sa life and relating it to another. Okay? It's like saying na life, for example, in general, life, rainbows and sunshine. Doon. Mas masabda nato si Jakay. Bitaw, no? Sometimes in life or most of the times in life, dili man ta maka-experience na gana na panahon. 'Di ba? Maka-experience ta ng bagyo, kayot sa panahon, thunderstorms, and that relates to our life problems. Dili hayahay all the time. Naatay gitawag nga oro plata mata. 'Di ba diyon? Gold, silver, death na tagtawag nato. Dili tanan gold ato ma-experience, dili tanan silver. Diyan sa face ato life na experience kita ng death or kalisod. Kairos is timeless. Mas gana daw pang ato claims, maparisan daw siya ng mga timely or na mga current events na mahimo nato examples. All of these events relate to our claim. Dili ko may example nimo World War II. Okay? Dapat current events especially the majority of them. So that's Kairos. Again, Kairos, current events dapat ang imo ihatag as examples. So a well-structured persuasive piece typically includes hook. Amo dyan ang ato topic sentence nga makapahook sa ato audience to grab their attention. Makuha na to ila attention, then okay na yun. Diretso-diretso na siya. Thesis or claim. This is also your topic sentence na dyan ay nag-state na position tapos call to action. Ibali, unay mo tagsulti, amo dyan siya interesting part sa imo paragraph. Body, of course, is the main point ng supported ng mga evidence. The supported evidence Persuasion is optional. John, pag-acknowledge ng counters, opposing views, tapos in mga counter arguments. Pwede mo i-include pero not necessarily. And then your conclusion. Pag-reinforce ng claim and issues, memorable call to action. Real world example ini. Mas ma-persuade daw ang audience pag join ani. For example, in Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream sa iyang speech, ethos emerges from his morality, authority, moral authority, pathos through vivid imagery of freedom, logos via references to the Constitution and historical injustices. Kompleto si pathos, ethos, and logos. So, mas epektibo dyan si Jan. So, i-master dyan rin sila ng mga skills sa persuasion and sa argumentation, and you will be a very effective writer. Okay? So, I guess we are done here sa ato duha ka lessons. Okay? Duha ka lessons na meeting na to. So, I hope that you get everything that is needed to be internalized here. Now, if you have questions, you may raise them now. Kung dyan yung mga pagtana. Thumbs up ko no if nasabtan or react any kinds of reaction if nasabtan. Jay, nasabtan. Hello, are you still there? Okay. Now, if wala na yung mga pangutana, then you are good to go. Okay? God bless you, everyone. You are now free to leave this online meeting. Thank you so much, and hopefully you learned something this meeting. Salamat ka, Kajaw, sa inyo time. Oh, thank you, and goodbye. God bless you all.